Hello and welcome to Acapella Adventures, making tiny bites of solo actual play, using this half to test the ideas of the Meroch universe and Ormegarten Module, a fantasy setting built with a 3D10 system, episode 095. We've got Igor, Mac, and Wyesley. I decided to spend some XP. I was like, you know what, they just went through a side quest, they succeeded, side quest, they failed. It's probably about time to, have some fun. They've allied themselves protecting the keep. They are camped outside of the Ormegarten Valley. They need to come up with a few things, honestly. It's all part of the plan. Okay, they explored the outside of the Ormegarten Valley and are investigating the rock chimney. During their travels, Igor recalled there's potential treasures relatively unguarded. He didn't actually recover it, so he's only got some vague notes. But he thinks what they're going to do is they're going to either try and get the water wheel, and then he can head up to that spot, or he can if they don't plan on doing it, if they aren't seriously wounded or something when they pull out of the Ormegarten Valley, he's going to suggest they go over and acquire the item, because it's basically, okay, if you've got keep, Ormegarten Valley, treasures right around over here-ish on the map, which I'm not really, showing you guys what you really need to see. But basically, if it's like on your keyboard, this is the keep, that's the mountain, it's over here. Okay? They'll just need to head over and then dive into that. It won't take them too much longer. It's not on a real good scattered path, so they may have problems with that, but it's not impossible for them to figure out what the hell's going on. Alright. So Mac decides to investigate the rock chimney space that's big enough for people to enjoy. And he's like going, it doesn't have... Alright, so one of the PCs cast continual darkness to where the bubble was below the rock chimney, so that way any firelight wouldn't go out upwards and illuminate the position. It's like, hey, there's something going on there. That magic doesn't work in this thing. It's D&D based. It works in D&D. It does not work in Chrome. So something else is going on. Mac can tell if there's a spirit here. He's going to speak with the spirit. I don't think he's going to have any problems. No. You know what? We'll do a little, no, I don't want the pumpkin charts. I want a wheel. I should look at the right one. That's fine. Ormegarten charts. There we go. That's what I want. And it's fine. NPCs and rolls. Still want that. What I want is reaction rolls. Is it play society? Yes. So D10. It's a 7. Let's see. It's positive modifiers. So this makes so much sense. It is somebody else. Basically, it is a spirit of mind creating a subtle misdirection. I'm not the person you want to talk to. You don't even need to look over here. Oh, the fact that you can see some firelight in this natural chimney cliff. It's somebody else's problem. It's not your problem. Just don't worry about it. Somebody else will take care of it. Don't need to report to anybody. That's what this thing is doing. It's a spirit of mind. It's going to essentially smoothly redirect. I think it's time for a... Let's see if Mac detects this lie. He detects me. So 14 if the guy's terrible. I don't think Mac. Let's see what his skills are. So this is getting close enough to where it's like what's really going on is very important. So this is where like Protect Life 4. He's got a cool of 0. So he doesn't know. 4, 4. Yeah, they basically rolled the same number. It's a tie. Mac's not 100% convinced, but he's like going, well, okay, you know. Alright, you know, it's obviously you want me to deal with something else. What sort of thing do you want to deal with? He's like, well, if you don't deal with things, the spirit in charge of Ormegarten will slowly expand its territory downwards. You need to start dealing with stuff in the thing. So instead of talking to me, why don't you go outside and do some stuff, and maybe we'll talk later after you've had a good day of like exploring the area. Okay. Mac doesn't get what he wants out of the guy, the spirit personage. So that's what that is. What's going on? So, all right, rest overnight. Nobody attacks. It is time. They start creeping up on the valley and they're looking for what's going on, what can they do. We're going to start by spying. Wesley's good at this. Igor's decent at this. Mac's going to probably hang back some. So, what are they doing? Ormegarten Valley is this huge valley that, like, it's a double valley. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Basically, there's like a ridge in the middle. There's a huge oak tree that, like, if you climb up and you clear that out and you don't have a fight in there or something like that, you can pretty much spy on both sides of the valley. Otherwise, you kind of gotta like look up, and there's clefts and ridges and things. So, do they see any movement? This is real oracle stuff. 14 plus 3 much. Because we're doing 3d10. Let's see, 17. Is he willing to risk anything? Is he willing to risk exposure? No. So he's not willing to risk anything, so fine. They really don't see any signs of anything going on. And that's what we'll say. They are approaching the valley, they're being cautious, smart move. Talk to you later. Like and subscribe if you get a chance. Bye-bye.